Hey,
Hey,
what's
was
up,
that a lot better
Jason?
this time around?
You better because you took about 40 hours to practice.
Well, all you had to do was just say it was better and then let it go.
Well, the threats
You know what
also
I'm
allowed
saying?
you to get better.
Oh, you have 40 hours of practice. That's what practice is for, so that you can get it good when it's showtime. There
40
you
hours
go.
of practice. 40 hours of practice.
This is what we're talking about here. Okay, I got you. Well,
So
the
what's up?
DJ is in full effect. Uh, what's up? I tell you what's up. I'm gonna let the people know what's up. And actually, what I need to do is I do want to put this chat up here
Okay.
because people I think need to see the chat, and we'll have some fun with it as well. But what's up is let me see. Do we have? Oh, there we go. Oh, Bryant's on.
Oh, hey, Bryant. What's up?
Bryant is out. Yes. So Bryant, text us. You are having a great time. I take it. He is. He
Somewhere
is
on the planet, but
somewhere. He.
not in
Tommy.
Georgia.
Right. So yeah, we won't blow up your spot, Bryant. We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
he's
just
at
leave
work.
it at that.
He's at work.
Right.
Yes.
So
Hi, Brian Barron. Oh my gosh. We got a lot to talk about, Brian Barron, because I am in your neck of the woods these past weeks. So, hanging out in the APS. Hope to see you soon. I don't work for APS, but I'm just saying I hang out there.
just hanging
So,
out there.
yeah, just hanging out there, doing some work for somebody else for APS. So, it was good to see you. All righty.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah, we're gonna have some people coming in. As folks come in, and we'll say hi to them and see what's going on. And
Hmm.
um, I do want us to we're going to talk about a number of things today, but today is going to be about finding your professional happiness.
Hmm.
Um, because in that happiness, that professional happiness is very important because it really does determine how you show up to people in your life, right? Your relationships with your friends, with your spouse or significant other, So we're going to talk about that, and then of course talk about our own experience. And what I wanted to let everybody know, especially by way of chat, is that you can send your comments in or questions, and how we've handled things. Um, I would say that the last episode, which I think is uh, important for us to highlight, at the last part of it, where I basically provided a story on how Kendra was just very supportive in me moving into an entrepreneurial venture when we had two toddlers at the time, and how we moved forward from that. So I do want to let that be kind of a backdrop to where we are today, you know. Um, and by the way, what year was that, Kendra? That was 2004.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that was 2004. So, that's well over 15 years later. Here we are today. We're still alive, and by the grace of God. So, you know, with that, I do want to welcome everybody who's coming in. We got Bryant and Brian um, with us right now. So, maybe we'll get some others. But could we have a little bit of fun first? We can't have no
Mm-mm.
fun. We can't talk about the mustache.
Oh God. Do whatever you want to do. I don't have no patience. But go
You don't
ahead.
have no patience.
Go ahead and
So
have
so
some fun.
apparently for years I have been sporting a mustache that was thick, and it has been uh, dubbed by some, I won't say who, as a porn stash. And so, you know,
God
I
bless
didn't
them.
know. I didn't know that this is what the porn stash was. Yeah, that was the porn stash. So apparently, people have let me walk around for years. And that's not even what upsets me. It doesn't upset me either way, but I just didn't know that so many people who knew me actually must have watched so much porn that they knew I had a porn stash.
Apparently.
And they let
So,
me walk around that way. I mean, just think about what people were saying. They were looking at me going, there he is, sporting that stash.
mhm.
So anyway,
God bless you.
so you might hear some stuff, some noise in the background. Kendra, you want to tell them? Do you hear anything? You don't hear it?
Not really, no,
Okay.
but you gave it away already. So since you opened your lips and you have cut away your stash, so my mother is
Yes.
here in our house, which is why we're sort of where we are, and she is engaging in a online cooking class on soul food. She is in our kitchen frying chicken. She made a pancake blood orange marmalade syrup. She's about to make some, I think, purple yam pancakes. And then she's about to have a Bloody Mary to go with it. So think of it like chicken and waffles, but it's like southern fried chicken and sweet potato pancakes with a Bloody Mary. So kind of like breakfast for dinner. What's up, Xavier Brian? Look, there's too many Bryans, right? It's like Xavier
I'm
Bryan,
telling you.
Brian Barron, Bryant Washington. There's something about that. If I was an older woman and I would be looking in my dream book at the numbers, I would want to find out what number should I play tonight because three Bryans sort of showed up in my
And you
dream
know
book
what? A
numbers.
bass would take that number because
I
that's
know,
what
and
we
like,
did back in
and
the
I want
day.
it combined on my triplicate sheet of like yellow and red and white sheets of paper. All right, so Jason, let's talk then about our professional health and our professional change. Where do you want to
Yes.
go? What do you want people to
Well,
know?
I think people, look, one of the purposes of this show, right, is to, I mean, we're showing or giving people our personal experiences, but we're also trying to just highlight the importance of, this age that we're in, right? Dare I say post COVID? You know, having gone through this COVID period and, people getting laid off or just being sick or, whatever the case, family dynamics have changed. I think a lot of people have said, you know what, I'm going to do what I really wanted to do all my life, and they've gone to make changes. And in some cases, those changes weren't supported. Maybe they were for some people. Um, but what I wanted to highlight was how, we went through, changes or made these changes years ago back in 2004. And it was daring. Quite frankly, it was outright daring. Yet at the same time rewarding on so many other fronts. And I think, people need to hear that. So many people are caught up in their jobs and they go, I want to start my own business. And it remains a dream. And sometimes, and look, let's call it what it is too. There is a necessity to pay bills, and there's things that, that do take, that is a priority. Um, but again, when you have the support, and not everybody does, I want to make that clear too. When you do have the support, you have to just, go out on that limb. And anyway, I want to just talk about that because I think our happiness is what's more important than, having the fancy car and everything else.
So, also, just because from 2004, it doesn't mean that there weren't ebbs and flows. So, I'll pick up a couple of anecdotes, and then maybe from you all, hey Lisa, maybe from you all who are tuning in, you have a question. I mean, I really want you to kind of ask us a question, and we are open books. I mean, that's something about us. We will share things that we may know. Disclaimer: as an educator, I have to always say this: we do not offer therapy advice, nor do we offer any type of prescribed professional advice. What we are going to share is how it worked for us, how it didn't work for us. And if it's similar to something that you are experiencing, or we want to just process it, we can just kind of talk about it. So we're going to put ourselves on display and to see if any of it resonates with you or touches you. So here's a little bit of the anecdote. So at the same time that Jason was trying to find himself, right? And trying to figure out what he was going to do. And he came into that closet, which sounds kind of weird. Like you came into the closet, then you came out the closet, but not really in that way. But you came out in the closet. I was getting dressed. And you said, well, I'm going to quit my job. And I said, okay. Right. So that was 2004. At the same time, I became a principal of a school. So Jason
Well, but not
puts his,
exactly in that order, though. But I think it's important that I, you're right. You did become a principal, but there's a reason why I'm interrupting you, and I want people to really want people to grasp onto that. But go ahead, keep going because
no, you
I'm gonna
interrupted. What
highlight the
was the
order of things.
interruption? What was the interruption?
So when I said I'm leaving when I said I'm leaving my job, you didn't get that principalship right away. You didn't get that principalship until um, almost a year later.
Yeah, it was actually this fall of 2004.
It was after, no, yeah, it was the fall of 2000. So I left the job in actually May 4th of 2004
Mm-hmm.
is when I left. And things started to happen. It was a rocky road, right? It was the first venture that I had launched. I had got investors, and everything like that. Um, and quite frankly, look, the venture failed. It wasn't like I went and started a business and poof, everything happened so greatly, right? That initial venture failed, and we were going through a cash flow crunch, right? And the reason why I wanted to really highlight this is because look, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And yes, you became a principal, Kendra, but it's how it happened. Why don't you describe to people how that principalship came about and what was unorthodox about it?
Well, I'll do that quickly because the gist of what I'll do that quickly because there was a point that I was trying to make in terms of the ebbs and flows. And that was literally one Friday, got a call, or one near the end of a school week, I got a call that a school was in need of a principal similar to mine. I went, visited with the superintendent of the school district, then went um, to visit the school on a Friday, met with parents on a Saturday, like in a town hall, and was the principal or interim principal on that Monday. It just happened just like that. And and at the same time, you were closing out one venture, starting the edible arrangements, another venture. Our kids were 4 and 2 at the time, and we were going like this. But there were moments. So there was that moment in time, and then there was a moment in time in Georgia when we were kind of almost doing the same thing, just a little different, like going back to school. The market, uh, the housing market crashed, all types of things. And my point being is that there's a couple of things that I think, from my vantage point, allowed us to survive. One, a strong family unit, and I mean not necessarily our inner family unit, me and Jason and the kids, but the people around us, right? My mother, my
Yes.
brother, cousins. When things were rocky, we had them for moral support, but also like reality checks. Like they were not the ones who were like gonna bail us out or, oh, woe is me. It was just like, all right, so what you gonna do next? Right? The reality gut check that needed to happen. Two, like, we persisted. Now that doesn't mean that Jason and I didn't have that moment of like, are we really gonna be able to get through this? We had our own silent doubts, and then we had our own, explicit conversations, or in some cases we went silent with each other, right? So all of that was happening. But here's the thing, that's why, the kids are joy. Like Julian and Justice, I had no clue what was happening, right? They knew that mommy and daddy were around. They knew that daddy was trying to cook food. They knew that they might not have Christmas gifts or things like that, but they were loved and we were there to do our best job. And so that kept us moving forward. And then to sort of round it out is our own spiritual journeys within that. Our belief in something higher that was going to cradle us through these good times and bad times. And then we just use that energy to get us through to where we are today. And I think that formula worked for us. Again, family, friends unit, our kids, ourselves, and our God or our spiritual being got us through those things. And for most people, that's what they lean on. And I think we just have a very special family unit that has historically been very supportive, and that's what got us through, and that's why we're still here today. So that's really like the abbreviated version of a very long story that you can read in my book when it comes out on January 17th, by the way. That was like shameless plug. But just
No
to
shame.
just to get a little bit deeper into so where I'm in today. So quick finish, and let me just close out this part of the conversation. And that is, how do you find your professional self and happiness? Like, I'm in a really good place right now professionally. I'm working for an organization that allows me to do what I love to do. It's an organization that talks about really, really hard stuff. And not the fact that I'm working remotely, but that I have flexibility on how I work and how I'm thinking and how I'm using my mind, which is what gives me like superior energy when I do work. If I'm allowed to create and think and facilitate and pull things together, I'm in my serious happy place. And so I am in a place right now where I'm firing on all cylinders. The kids are out of the house and grown, and Jason and I are finding ourselves in this space. So I really feel like we're in a good spot to uncover or rediscover some newness about our relationship, even while we're still working. Pass it back to you.
Yeah. So here's something that I definitely want to hit upon, and before Kendra left, and I said this to you before, Kendra. This is nothing new to you, but I used to always tell her, leave the job. Leave. Because just think about, I want everybody to think about this, whoever's watching this, and if this helps you, it helps. But when you work someplace, or you're giving your time someplace where you know you're less than satisfied, let's just say it that way. You don't show up to your loved ones, to your friends, to your significant others in a way that's loving. I mean, it just it's just hard to do. Not everybody could just cut that off. And so, we had our moments, we've had our hard times, and I think that's just a fact, right? Everybody's going to have that ebb and flow, that up and down in a relationship. And when I got to a point where I would step back and I'd say to myself, you know what? It has to be hard for her to come home. I'm sitting at home going, look, let's go out. I had a great day. Let's go out. And you know, and she didn't have a great day. You didn't have a great day, Kendra. So I'd be like, look, just leave that job. It will be okay. And I think what people tend to do is they go, if I don't have this job, things won't be okay. They don't look at it as, if I'm living in my happiness, if I'm living in my truth, things are going to be better than they are now. And again, some of that comes down to making the choice of having certain things instead of having moments in time.
Hmm. Well,
And
I
and,
think
and that's
also,
just that's just different. But go ahead.
so remember in 2018, I went on that education trip to Finland, remember, to Helsinki and to
Yeah.
Berlin, right? And I came back from that like, Jason, oh my gosh, Finland, that's the place to be. Most people are like, Finland? Helsinki, it's cold as heck there. Santa lives there. Yeah, in the winter, right? But I was there in the summer. It's like 18 hours of sunlight. Um, but the way that they culturally approach life and work is from a place of well-being, right? Stores close at 8. Summertime, people take vacations. The healthcare system is fabulous. And people, there's also antithesis of that, right? There's some other things that are not good around about place living in Finland, especially during the winter. However, I came back from that like, how in the world can I create within the United States a capitalistic society that finds its worth in work, right? First of all, let's just be honest. It was built on the backs of enslaved Africans, and that was how wealth was created on our ancestors' back. And it was all steeped in work, right? It wasn't about building this country for for well-being sake. It was building this country for wealth. So generationally, I don't care what background that you have, that is the culture of America. And so people literally go to work every day and work up to the point of death. And having that opportunity to go to another country where that is not necessarily the value, maybe go, how can I create that here? And it's hard to do that in this environment, but there are ways to attend to your professional well-being. And sometimes that does mean, as Jason said, leaving an environment that sucks the life out of you, leaving an environment that doesn't value your worth, leaving an environment that expects you to come to work during the work hours and take the work home and do it at night and send you an email in the middle of the night and send and expect you to have something ready by 8 o'clock in the morning. Like that is lauded as like someone who is a serious workaholic. That's not healthy, which is why you can have young people. I'm calling myself young, but young people in the 50s and 40s dying. And guess what? Someone is going to have your job. They posted my position. Someone's going to have my job. Someone will have your job. So you have to make a decision on whether or not you want to die for the work that you're doing, even though it might not even be justice work, or do you want to live a life that fully fulfilled? And that does come with risk. I am a recovering workaholic, a recovering person who lived in and sucked in the dominant culture of a system. I'm recovering, and slowly but surely, I am peeling away. And since I think 2018, and definitely after 2020 and the pandemic, I have really peeled back a lot of the layers that I have been wearing. And it is freeing. Like, I feel like the weight is off my shoulders. Am I scared to death? Hell yeah, about what's to come. But I love being in this place. I get the chance to see Jason across the little way there on during the days, which I didn't have a chance to do that. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. She gave me the love, love. But this is hard. Like, marriages end over work and money, right? Marriages end over this foolishness.
Three-legged
People,
stool.
yeah, people die at work. I remember when I was a teacher early on, my gosh, sixth grade teacher, Miss Joanne Rivera. I'm saying her name, and because I always think about her. She died on the staircase of my school. She
Hey,
died right
look,
there in front of her students.
and to add to that story,
Yeah.
there was a guy who died in the bathroom when I started my job at the Federal Reserve, um, and it was his last day. They were giving him
See,
his retirement party, and he had worked at the Fed since he was 19, and he was like 60 years old.
see, right there.
Died in the
Mm-mm.
bathroom.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I mean, we don't know when our time is up, but I am not going to allow work to be the thing that takes me out. So yeah, I'm in a better place. Probably my pressure and stuff is better than where it is. I am eating a lot more foods, so I need to work out a bit. But yeah, I just like this cycle, a cycle that Jason and I had gone through before, we learned from it. And I think also we're more mature. Like, we were young when we got married, 24 years old. We had children. You get into the race, right? The monotony of the work, the sacrifice you put in. You don't give time to yourself. You put it all in your children. And now it's like, right? Like instead of
Right.
I's married now, I'm empty nesters now. Right?
Well, and,
I'm
and,
not
and
working to live.
y'all need to know something. It's been a joy. And I'm going to tell you this too, Kendra. It's been a joy, watching you on the other side of the office, really enjoying yourself. I mean, I sit there and I literally I smile. I'll be sitting on the trading station and I'm, looking at the
Cussing.
market and stuff like that.
Cussing up a storm.
Well, not all the time, but I mean, some of the time I'm cussing, yes. But
I'm like, damn, I'm on.
I'm looking at you just enjoy yourself, and that matters. I
Hmm.
think that's what's overlooked many times is how much that matters. And so, I want everybody look, if there's anything that you like to do in life, and this is the message to everybody out there, you know, go do it. You know what? And if you have to sacrifice, maybe you have to live in a smaller place, maybe you have to drive a smaller car, or whatever it is, go do what makes you happy. Because as we've seen through COVID, you may not come out of this, you
Hmm.
may not live to see the next month, 2 months.
For
So if it's
sure.
photography, you can make that a business. If it's trading, you can. I trade as well as manage talent. Um, do the things that make you happy, that where you're just fulfilled. And because at the end of it all, you're going to come into your relationships, your friendships, your family relationships, your intimate relationships, and you're going to perform at a higher level.
Hmm. I
So
also would just add to something that, Xavier said. I love how y'all stayed in the fight and leaned into family support. Friends also, right? I mean, that's like I get energy from being around people. I also like expel energy when I'm around too many people. But most of the time it's because I'm around people who are like succubuses, right? They just sap energy from you and don't give you nothing. So I'm finding my new community. Like my new community is not my work community. Like so like I have extended my circle of sisters who like we just need that space to just like I gotta give it up. Thank you, Black women. Thank you, women who have been fighting to raise a voice about Brittany Griner getting out. Still need justice for Breonna Taylor. And all the countless women who are doing this Herculean work that we don't need to do, but we do it. And I'm saying that because I'm finding that part of my life and expanding my support, in that place so I could stay intellectually stimulated, but also stay uplifted and fulfilled. So while there's family support, there's also important to have friends that you can call, friends that you can go out with, people who are around you that just fills your bucket. Like this is not blame shame time. It's not bitch money moan time. This is like, how can we give each other love? And if I can do that, I hope I'm modeling that for others, and we model that for each other. That's how we get through these very tough, courageous moments in our life when we want to make these shifts and be daring and courageous to make that leap.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we did not do, and I would ask anybody right now, and I don't see any at this moment,
Hmm.
is if anybody has any questions, because I know we're at our 30-minute time. This has been intended to be 30 minutes, but if anybody has any questions, there are a number of folks have been on and came on and jumped off. Um, please ask those questions.
Yeah.
We'll give you a moment.
Ask a question. Because my mother has probably got grease all up in the kitchen and stuff like that. I smell the chicken frying. I hear the pots and clanking and clank clanks. So, who has some
Hmm.
questions? Anyone have questions before we see you next week? Will we see them next week? Yes, but
Yeah,
it's
we
getting
will. We
closer to
will see them
holiday.
next week.
Well, while we're waiting for maybe for some questions, another thing too, Jason, that we are well, I'll say I'm promising to myself, but I know you down for it for real, for real. because you can't just have one for real. You have to do for real, for real. And that is seeing the world, right? Having the opportunity to go places that I wasn't able to go to before because I was not at a remote location. So now that I'm remote, I want to go see some place different once a month, right? I want us to go. What's up, Andre?
Oh,
Hey,
Andre, what's up,
go
Andre?
Irish. I want to go, even if it's like just a city here and there. Like we spend like a Thursday, maybe get there on Wednesday and stay through a weekend. So I can work during the day. We can take in some nightlife and then can we really explore the city on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then come back home. So, you never know. You might not see us like here. This is home, but you might see us in Austin, Texas. Why did I bring that up? I have some friends in Austin and I really liked it there. You might see us in Toronto, Canada, right? You might see us in Rhode Island. We might be lobstering out in
In
Maine.
Maine, actually, we
In
are. We
Maine.
are. I have Maine on. I have Maine
On your mind?
on my mind. So,
Anyway.
and maybe in New York
Well,
City, Andre.
maybe that's going back home
Maybe.
home. We might swing through there, get a quick pizza, bagel, or like, uh a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, because that's how you have to do it.
Is Andre
But
asking us this because we're black?
oh, is it because we're black? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, but that's something we are going to explore. It's part. No, Xavier, you can't come. Like this is finding us, meaning two. You can't just have a cousin like, oh, let me come up in there with you. No, you cannot.
Oh,
You cannot do that. So you stay with,
that's
you do
bad.
your thing. You find
That's my
yourself.
cousin. We love you, cuz. You know what? You can come out if you want.
Jason,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, we're having some technical
you
difficulties
better
here.
not. I
Wait.
swear, if you take me out of there, you will have no neck. Okay, thank you. Okay, look, Xavier said he finding us too. He gonna find us. We're not gonna tell you where we're going in. We're just gonna be there already, and then we'll let you know. So be on the lookout next year, 2023. We are going to figure out, be places. So you know what? People have always said my face will tell it all. I can never play
It
poker.
does.
And ever
No,
since I
you
was a
couldn't.
little girl, my mother's like, Kendra, your face, because she'll be like, don't you say nothing. I'm like, all right.
So we used to have arguments, or not even arguments. I'd be like, Kendra, your face. And my face ain't saying you reading my face wrong.
But you would be reading it wrong.
No,
You
that's not
you're
true.
off slightly on some of the you. Come on, Jay. 26 years. You're supposed to be able to get
26
the.
years. I've known you for 38. Okay. How about
Well, you
that?
need to get
I
it
know
right.
when your face, I still get it right.
What's my face saying
I,
now?
this episode is over.
I can't. No questions. No one has any questions.
Hey, listen, and this is, as we go on with this, right? For everybody who's tuned in or who watches this later on, put some questions together. Put those questions out there, send them, to us. You can leave comments even after this is over, because we do check the Finding Us live page on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
as well as on YouTube, and we'll address those questions.
Yeah.
Because we do want this to be engaging. We do want people to come out of this and hopefully, look, finding us is not just about finding Kendra and Jason. Uh, but finding us is just about all of us finding ourselves. So, I'd love for that to be a benefit that comes out of these productions.
So can I make a suggestion? So for next week,
Yeah,
since we're gonna maybe kick off really getting close to the holiday season and people getting ready to get out of here. By the way, oh my gosh, we can't be on Finding Us next week, Thursday,
why not?
because we're going to see Avatar 2. I got us some premiere
Are we
tickets.
gonna be? Wait, we could do finding us from the movie theater and just talk over the whole thing.
That's so black. I'd be like, yo, right now, look at this. Look at this part. Look at that. Look
Yo,
at that Atukadoka, whatever the things I was called, Aruktuk from
and don't
Avatar.
worry, we'll sell y'all the DVD of the whole movie after it's done
We're
with
gonna
our
bootleg it.
video. Video from our phones.
They gonna bootleg it. Now we could come on live real quick before the movie starts though. Like here we are in the lobby. Here we are. Like we standing on line. We grabbing some popcorn. We in the theater. Of course, as someone tells us to shut the F up. That's only in New York City movie theaters. I think too kind down here in the South. They were like,
You know what I'm gonna
excuse
do?
me, excuse me, would you mind turning it down? You can't play that in New York. First of all, somebody brought a baby in there for the midnight show. That baby starts crying. And when they have to tell a baby to shut the F up, no, you are in New
You
York
know what
City.
though? You know what'd be great is to play like baby crying on your phone, like in the middle of the movie.
No. I
Wear
don't want to
matching
do
outfits.
that.
Oh, X.
You want to wear matching outfits? Oh, Jason, let's do it.
No, no, because you know what had happened? Kendra will wear a bonnet and expect me to wear one too.
First of
No,
all,
I'm not
first
doing
of
it.
all, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not trying to put myself out there so I could be on blast and cancel, but you will not catch me wearing a bonnet outside. Like
I
this
don't
is
care.
this beautiful crown of hair. It took a while for it to grow. For those of you who know me, know that my hair used to look like this. But this part here has grown. Like this is my real hair. Them other stuff was, the braids or whatever. I took them out there. My hair need to breathe before I truly lock it. But now we're not wearing bonnets and pajama pants and Crocs. That's not
Tell the people,
us.
Kendra, who has cut your hair for the past 25 years?
Let me see. So I don't
Oh yeah,
remember.
you know what? You're about to get cut off right now on the show.
That's
See, because
wrong.
that's a quick answer.
Well, I mean, you shaved the sides here. They shaved that.
Oh, now the
Oh,
size because I don't do the top.
well, because it grew. Thank you, Lisa. And please do not wear a
Yes.
bonnet in public as well. That is just not cute. Like we are from kings and queens. We need to show our beauty. Like that's
Yeah,
just not it.
this is true.
We're still on. You want us
We
to
are
just
still
stay
on. It
on?
is like 38 minutes long, and somebody's
I
gonna look at
know.
this like, I ain't gonna watch this whole episode.
Well, sometimes you just feel the spirit move you. But yes, we're going to Avatar to see that movie, James Cameron Part Two. We will be in the movie theater for about 5 hours because apparently this is long, and they're going to play the previews. You got to wait to the end to see if there's something special. So 5 hours on Thursday. So what we'll do special is we'll come on a little bit live on Facebook Live a little early, give you a preview of what
Yep.
we're up to, and then go from there. Then we'll see you the following week.
Or will we?
We will. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, I'm curious about your
Ah,
aha moments when we can discuss next time. You know what? Maybe we'll do that from our location. We are in a secret location the week before Christmas. We will not reveal it early, but we will reveal it live. And hopefully y'all can join us then. We'll do a little bit of like, the Avatar thing at the movies next week. But the following week, we're going to be somewhere fun. So that should be
yes.
that kicks off um our remote extravaganza.
Right.
How
Well,
about that?
and as we go places, we'll share with everybody and stuff. So, and then there's going to be a series of like small little videos and stuff, the shorts that we'll play. If you tune
Um,
into our YouTube page, so we'll
all
have
right.
things, and we'll probably even play some of those videos when we're on.
Oh
So,
gosh. All right.
and
Let me check for them.
apparently, hold on, let me see something. Can I play real quick? Well, I know we're live, but I want to see. You know what? We can do. Oh, you can't. Oh, you could, because you could do portrait um, orientation, but you can't switch it. Okay.
Hmm? I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm scared. So don't do it because you still learning and then we'd be doing something terrible. So, well,
All
we
right.
thank you all who showed up tonight and gave some comments, asked some questions. Lisa, we will be sure to talk about some of those aha moments. In our professional self and happiness piece. I have a pretty good aha story that Kelly Horn and I can kind of share as part of our book, a professional aha. And then, Jason, maybe there's something you can share, a professional aha for you, maybe about your
Absolutely.
trading, especially now that you're
Would
working on
would
that.
love for would love to do that. We will do that.
Okay.
We'll make a note. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. This was
Thank you.
longer than we anticipated, but you know what? Let's keep it going. If more people have questions, we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it going.
Happy holidays to you all. See us back during Avatar.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
See.
Lisa. Bye, Kelly.
Bye.
Bye,
Ooh,
Andre.
will this forum be discussing relationship stuff? Well,
Yes.
yes. Check out February when we're gonna talk about hot and heavy stuff.
Oh Lord. Okay. Look. You know
That
what,
that was the
Andre?
best I could do.
Andre.
Hot and heavy.
No, but we look everything as it pertains to the relationship, Andre. So
Good, bad, and ugly. And
that's
wonderful.
right.
And hot and heavy in February.
Everything is not perfect, so we will do that.
Or Black History Month. Black Love, February.
There is no Black History Month.
That's
I don't know why
true.
you keep saying it. There is no.
But
There's
you know,
just
to the others, there's a month. There used to be a day, then it turned into a week, and now it's a whole month. How
well,
about
and
that?
it's the
And it's
shortest
the
month of the
shortest
year.
month.
All right, so
What?
now
I
we're
said the
going
same
into a whole
thing.
bunch of stuff.
Nope, I said it at the same time.
I
All
said it
right, and
first.
us,
And
Jason, and us. Finish
bye,
him.
everybody.